So, game 2 of the Escalation tournament, 2,500 points, 3-day event. 3-game, 1-day event, should I say. So, after game 1, drawing Skaven, my worst matchup. I go into game 2 and draw Skaven again, my worst matchup. So, out of 50 players or so, there was 2 Skaven players. Yep, I got them game 1 and game 2. So, I was not best pleased. After my first game, anal fisting from Skaven, I was drinking heavily. So at this point I thought, fuck it, this tournament's gone down the drain, I'm just going to carry on drinking heavily and have some fun. So these are spells I rolled up. I got Apotheosis, Hand of Glory, Tempest, and Fire Convocation. Probably should have swapped out Tempest, but as you'll see in a minute, he had lots of big units. Being Skaven, that's quite common, so I thought the template might come in handy. So this mission is Watchtower. I'll go ahead and deploy this. I've got 2 bolt throwers over on this flank. In the centre, I've got an eagle with some archers, then eagle noble behind the archers. White lines directly opposite the watchtower. They're going to gun it and try and get straight into that tower. My unit Silverhelm's just to the right of them, another eagle, another bolt thrower, and then another bolt thrower over here. So, pretty standard gun line, just kind of trying to spread out my bolt throwers, making work to get the points for them, and I'm just going to try and rush the tower. And I did win the tower, so I put a unit of archers in there. Just quickly before I go through Skaven, I'm not too sure what the tactics are about, putting units in the watchtower or not. I don't know. This is an uncomped event. I didn't want him being able to swift reform and get straight into the tower, so I just went ahead and declared to put something in there. Probably a bad idea, but the only chance I've got of winning this scenario is to hold the tower. I'm not going to kill all his shit, so I need to hold it for long as possible. So, his deployment, he has a warp lightning cannon in the back left corner. A rat dart, some Jezzails, a doom wheel, another rat dart, and 2 units of gutter runners. It looks like 2 units of 9. So in the centre, this is his big block of shit. He's got 3 units, or 2 units of 50 slaves, and then a unit of like 47 clan rats, with 2 small units of clan rats behind, with all his characters in. So he's got like his level 4 caster. He's got a couple engineers. He's got a BSB. He's got a ton of characters back there. I lost track of what he had. Absolute ton of characters. And over on this flank, he's got another Doom Wheel, some more Jezzails at the back there, another couple of Rat Darts, and another Warp Lightning Cannon in the back corner. It's a pretty standard Skaven setup. He won the role to go first. This is my scout moves, so I put 1 unit down on this side. He went on the other side with his Gutter Runners, so I just decided to weight this flank with both units of Shadow Warriors, so I went here. Go first, and he charges my units of Shadow Warriors. I like to stand and shoot. I think I kill 1 rat from each unit. On this side, it just pushes everything forward, so I'm going to lose this flank. I've got nothing over here except 2 bolt throwers, and I'm probably going to lose them both before they even get a chance to fire. So, he had me out deployed, there's not much I could do. Just kind of shuffles up a little bit in the centre. It doesn't take the charge on the tower just yet. Probably wanting to get a few of those archers down first. So, onto the shooting phase, goes and puts a wound on this eagle. Well, this might be a magic. I think it is from magic, some kind of Skaven magic missile, puts a wound on the eagle. So, shooting phase opens up, he takes off these 2 bolt throwers, in combination with the gutter runners and the Jezzails, and probably the warp lightning cannon as well. And then I lose both eagles. So, turn 1, I'm down 2 eagles and down 2 bolt throwers. I really needed those eagles to redirect. But, hey, that's Skaven shooting. When it works, it works. And guess what? For a second game in a row, everything's working. Of course, it's random. Okay, so in combat this side, so we managed to win both combats. I lose 1 Shadow Warrior from each unit. Break 1 unit, fail to run it down. And then the other unit sticks on like Leadership 2. Or Leadership 3. It was pretty much Snake Eyes, and he made it without a reroll. Yep. It's going to be one of those games again. So, going to high off turn 1. I go ahead and I charge the Rat Dart again. It flees. I try and redirect into the Warp Lightning Cannon, and I fail to redirect, which is awesome. Silverhelms, try and charge the Doom Wheel. Even though it looks quite far there, because I'm moving 9, I needed like 4 inches on Swift Stride, and I failed. This is before I've kind of turned them to face. The white lines just move up to get within range to get in that tower. The archers can't leave on turn 1, so they stay put. And awesomely on the on the left there, the Eagle Noble also failed to charge. I failed 3 charges. I'm not sure what this is showing. I think this is shooting from the archers in the tower at the rat dart, which made it flee. If you look at the small unit to the left of the photo, I think I killed the packmaster and a couple of rats. Excuse me. Made that unit flee. Hopefully they shouldn't rally. They'll leadership 2 now. So yeah, again, this is just. So it looks like I've beaten the second rat dart in combat. Finally, it's just the packmaster left, and I've noted that the Shadow Warriors failed to redirect. Ultra One's elite. So this looks like the start of Skaven at turn 2. I've obviously just labelled this picture as turn behind. So the Doomwheel doesn't make it in, as far as I remember, doesn't make it into the Eagle Noble, but he's going to be in range to just fire his electric bolts of doom at him. Go runners move up. You look at the top of the picture there, the rat dart fails to rally and runs away. Doomwheel over here rolls up. He's going to try and zap. I think he's closest to my Silverhelms, so he's going to try and zap them. Kind of just shuffling around again. He doesn't charge the tower again, but you can see he's moved out 2 characters from one of his units there, and he's just shuffling around a load of characters. So characters jumping from the back units to the front units, characters from the front units are jumping into the back units. Just a bit of a reshuffle, but again, not really much of an advance. I think this is if you look at the packmaster to the right of the warp lightning cannon has failed to rally and fled again. Doesn't go off the table, and the other rat dart failed to rally and fled off the table, which is nice, but they're about 10 points each, so it doesn't really make much of a difference whatsoever. So yeah, that's just an image of that rat dart fleeing. So I think this is probably magic phase or shooting phase. Kills 10 of my archers. I think this was probably Curse of the Horn Rat. I think it does get irresistible and then rolls the everyone in base contact and kills like 3 slaves. So, great Skaven economy as usual, where everything's supposed to be random, but it's not. So, luckily for me, the Doomwheel goes to roll its laser beams and misfires and blows up. So, again, this is probably the only misfire of the game. Just so freaking reliable, all this crap. But that does take the pressure off this flank a little bit. Now I'd have to deal with that Doomwheel. But the Doomwheel on this side goes ahead and rapes the Eagle Noble. He rolls at strength 10. The Gut Runners take off his Charm Shield and his Golden Crown, and the Doomwheel just pops him. And then I lose some of the archers from somewhere, probably the Warp Lightning Cannon in the back corner. Okay, so start of my turn 2. I've lost some of the Shadow Warriors. I'm not sure where. Probably Magic Missile in the previous turn that I missed the picture of. But I do make the charge with the 1 remaining Shadow Warrior into the Warp Lightning Cannon, and because artillery is considered not to have a base, I was able to base him at the side like this. Means I can try and overrun into the flank of the Jezzails. Tried to get the other unit of Shadow Warriors in as well, but they failed charge because they're awesome like that. So the Silverhelms try and charge the slaves. Again, I'm movement 9. I need like 5 inches because I'm lightning quick heavy cav, and they fail charge again. Seriously, these are like elven nobles of the most pompous, high-ranking families in the land, with 3 fucking characters in there, the best horses you can get, and they fail. They can't even make a simple fucking charge. Come on, man. I don't need this. I'm already fighting an uphill battle as it is. Just make your charges. White Lion spin to the side, so if and when that Doomwheel comes in, at least it's not in the flank or rear. I'm going to take it in the face and then just chop it to pieces. I win combat, kill 1 guy with my 1 attack, so good economy, but he passes his panic test on like a 4. Just can't break Skaven. This looks like Skaven turn 3, maybe? Or maybe this is a picture of me. My magic phase was a bust. My turn 1 and 2 magic phase was a complete bust. Magic phase 1, everything gets shut down between dice and a scroll. Magic phase 2, I fail my first cast. I go for a 1 dice on Hand of Glory with my reroll and fail, so I end my magic phase, which is always amazing. Considering I've got like a 90% chance of making that roll, this 3 up the reroll. Then I think this is Skaven turn 2, so he's gone ahead and charged the tower. I think the Doomwheel's gone into the archers, but because of all the spiky bits on the front, we've not put it in base. Gut runners have moved up, the rat dart's moved across. He's moved up his 2 cheap Warlock Engineer characters to double flee from the Silverhelms, so if they'd have made the charge last turn like they were supposed to, this wouldn't have happened. And then the other unit of slaves on the left of the tower is going to redirect the White Lions. I'm not sure what this picture is. I think this is a shot from the White Lion Cannon and Gisele's in the back corner. Probably hitting the White Lions, but because I've got my Banner of the World Dragon, it's just not doing anything. But again, no misfires, hits bang on target, like usual, you know, random Skaven stuff. So in the combat, I managed to finally break the Warp Lightning Cannon, but because it's on the second round of combat, I can't overrun into the Giselles. So, Shadow Warrior's just hanging out here with his dick in the wind. And in combat, I lose 3 archers, I do a couple wounds back, I'm stubborn in the tower, and I hold with a reroll. So, high off turn 3. I look at this turn, and at the time, probably because I was quite heavily drunk at this point, and probably taking that into account, and the fact that I played Skaven again and I was flustered, I just didn't think at all. What the hell was I doing? What I should have done in this situation is pop the archers out to the side of the tower, and then just walk the White Lions in 2 inches sideways into the tower. Why did I not just do that? If I did that, I'd have the White Lions in the tower, and he's never going to get me out. He's never going to get those White Lions out. He can't physically do enough attacks to kill them enough. He's got his shooting, but I've got 2 ward against it, and none of his combat units are going to ever get me out of the tower. So I don't know why I just didn't do that. And that one single move there is probably just going to cost me the game. I don't know what the White Lions are doing there. They're going to get flanked by slaves. Man, looking at this picture just makes me feel sick. What the hell was I thinking? So the Silverhelms go ahead and charge the 2 Warlock Engineer characters, and of course they both flee. And because he's steadfast 10 million rerollable, he doesn't break the slave unit. Shadow Warrior goes into the flank of the Giselles. I'm not sure where those 3 have died from. Probably from shooting from Vault Throwers, because I've had no better targets to shoot at. So hopefully I can just break him on combat res. I've got a charge and a flank. Hopefully I'll be able to push a wound through. You never know. So the magic phase, I got Hand of Glory off on the White Lions. It doesn't mean anything at all, but I took a picture of it because this was the first spell I managed to cast all game. So it made me feel quite happy. Combat phase, I go ahead and do a wound. Doesn't do anything back. Up by 3. He's on leadership 3, and he passes it. As usual. So Skaven turn 4, it goes ahead and throws his Doomwheel into the Bolt Thrower in such a way that he can overrun into the other one. Here, the Gut Runners and the Raining Rat Dart is just enveloping my army. He can shoot at me because I'm in combat with slaves, but the White Lions are quite resilient to shooting, so I'm not too worried there. I've already made the mistake with the White Lions. Not much is going to make it any worse at this point. I think this is just a picture of the 2 Warlock Engineers rallying. The units in the back just shuffling around. So after magic phase, I think. So he goes ahead and throws off Curse the Horn Rat on the White Lions. Kills a bunch of them. Yeah, I hate that spell. I hate that spell so much. Especially when my opponent miscasts and he's in a unit of slaves. So unless he gets cascaded, which he didn't. Yeah, it's just oh man. So the Warp Lightning Cannon in this corner misfires and blows up. So maybe I told a lie before and I said there was only 1 misfire. There was actually 2. Still pretty good odds considering. This after shooting, I think the Gut Runners have gone into the White Lions, probably killed a couple more. Nothing consequential. Also in the shooting phase, the Doomwheel manages to pop the Bolt Thrower, and because he's done that in the shooting phase, it means he can't overrun. as far as we played it in the combat phase, because he was out of combat in the combat phase. He does get to reform, but it doesn't matter for the Doom Wheel. So I kind of got a bit lucky there, but it's not going to make much difference in the long run. Combat phase, we're still fighting up here, so I don't do any wounds this time. It doesn't do any wounds to me. I'm up by a flank. He passes again. And the combat in the tower, so the clan rats finally kill the two remaining archers and get into the tower. And of course, this wouldn't have happened if I'd have been not a retard and done the proper thing and put the white lions in the tower when I had the chance. So after combat with the slaves, I don't think the slaves do anything at all. They're hitting on 5s because I've got my increased weapon skill and this, that, and the next thing. I kill 1 back with my 3 attacks. You know, hitting on 3s, killing on 2s. I do 1 wound. But I do manage to test a reform in face. And the standard bearers broke off his base. He's not dead. So high off turn 4, I go ahead and charge the Warlock Engineer that's in the way of this unit. Just going to kill it and overrun. Again, this is like a turn too late. Fucking Silver Helms. Managed to finally cast a spell. A decent one. I think I go ahead and get Tempest off. I went for a Fire Convocation and it got dispelled. So I went for a Tempest, put on that unit, killed a few, but it's not going to make any difference at this point. Kill the Warlock Engineer, overrun into the slaves. I hate slaves. They're so hard to actually kill. Why they get a parry save, I don't know. I'm going to be stuck here forever. It's not a good place to be, but like I say, at this point, it just doesn't really make a difference. So the single Shadow Warrior finally breaks the Jezzails. So the Shadow Warrior there, he is being my Chuck Norris. He's killed the Lightning Cannon. He's killed the Jezzails, but now he's not really going to do anything for the rest of the game. But he made his points back. The only thing on the fucking table that did for me. This looks like Magic Phase again. I've got a Hand of Glory off, +2 this time. So now I've turned to face. I kill a lot more slaves. It looks like I kill like 13 with 16 attacks, which is pretty nice. This is how I should have rolled, really, the first round, but didn't. So pretty much all my attacks hit and wound. But again, the slaves, the Steadfast 10,000 with a reroll, doesn't really matter. Never gonna break slaves. Never in a million years. Skaven turn 5, the Doom Wheel's going to pick up the last bolt thrower. And again, there's no real need to move anything here. Just getting all these poison shots in range so you can double shot. Without being on 6s, blah 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 blah. Predictable. So, after shooting in combat, I've lost some white lines, he's lost some more slaves. In this combat, kill some slaves, doesn't really matter. If you notice in the top of the picture there, I've lost the Shadow Warrior. Again, it was some Skaven magic missile that took him out. So I win combat by a hell of a lot. But Unbreakable Skaven, Steadfast 10,000 with a reroll, never going to break him, blah 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 blah. For every single slide so far. So this is the end of the game. We play out my turn. Everything's in combat. It's just a grind out. I kill some more slaves. He kills some more white lions. I kill some more slaves. He doesn't do any damage to the Silver Helms. But he's in the tower. I roll a 6. The game ends and I lose. Now, at the time when I played this game, I felt really, really hard done by. I felt like, you know, just the world was against me by drawing me Skaven again. There's nothing I could have done. It's just a terrible matchup, but you know, looking back through the pictures and the slides, excuse me, my throat was terribly sore. Looking back through the slide and at the pictures, that moment where I could have got the white lines into the tower, if I did that, I'd probably win this game. The clan rats are never going to get me out the tower. Taking 10 clan rat attacks a turn, I'll take that any day. He's not gonna kill me. I get Hand of Glory off. I get a ward save up. Blah blah blah. The game just goes so differently, and I probably win. But because I didn't do that, because I was a retard, I fucked up and I lost. Another crushing defeat. I got like no points from this one. And yeah, another crushing defeat to Skaven. So that's the battle report, guys. That's game 2 out the way. I'm going to get game 3 done as soon as I possibly can. If you like the video, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. It really does help. It puts a smile on my face when I get an email through saying I've got a new subscriber, so make sure it's you. And you can also follow me on Twitter at System War Games. And thanks for watching, guys, so stick around for the next one.